This is an official alert from the Emergency Domestic Anomaly Response Unit, broadcasting on civilian frequencies due to widespread reporting. Time of initial incident, 2:47 a.m. Nature of event, anomalous behavior in household pets. Primarily, domestic cats. Reports confirm that affected animals enter a fixed, trance-like state and begin staring at unremarkable points within the household. Corners, outlets, blank walls. They do not respond to their name. They do not blink. They do not purr. They simply watch. Attempts to redirect or distract the animal are discouraged. In 13 confirmed cases, contact with the pet resulted in memory disruption, spatial disorientation, or disappearance of the household member. If your cat begins to exhibit this behavior, isolate yourself immediately. Do not follow their line of sight. Do not try to see what they see, because whatever they're watching has already noticed you back. At first we thought it was nothing, a quirk, maybe a smell in the wall. You know how cats are. They chase dust, flick their ears at ghosts, jump at shadows that aren't there. But this wasn't like before. Milo used to curl up in the windowsill every night, tail flicking, purring like a little engine. He'd follow me from room to room, always a step behind. But now, he just sits, facing the same patch of wallpaper near the hallway. Hours on end, back arched, fur stiff, and his eyes, they don't reflect light anymore. The first night I joked that he was watching ghosts. The second night I turned the lights off and stared too. Nothing. The third night I tried to pick him up. He hissed like he didn't know me. I started taking pictures, hoping to catch something, a shape, a blur, a shadow, but each photo came out wrong. The wall looked melted, like wax. The floor beneath him cracked in the images, but was fine when I checked. In one of the photos there was another eye. Not his, not mine. Just floating there, in the frame. I deleted it. I don't remember anymore. And now when I blink, I feel like I'm staring at it too. Whatever it is, it's closer than the wall. It started 3 nights ago. Scratching. Not random. Not like a rat or something alive. It was patterned, like someone tracing a shape from inside the wall. Milo would twitch. His ears would jerk. He'd press his face so close to the wallpaper I thought he might slip through it. At 2:41 a.m. the sound stopped. Completely. Not faded, not slowed, just stopped. Then the smell came, like burnt plastic, and something else. Old meat, the kind of rot that seeps into your teeth, into your brain. Milo didn't run. He didn't move. He just stared, claws dug into the floor, pupils gone thin. And when I looked closer, there were marks, tiny grooves, in the shape of something, a symbol maybe, a loop, a cross, a spiral, and every time I cleaned them off, they came back, deeper, hungrier. Last night, the scratching moved. It's not just in the wall anymore. Last night, something changed. Milo was sitting by the wall like always. Only this time, he turned to me, not slowly, not like an animal. He snapped his head. His body didn't move, just his neck, and his mouth opened. Cats don't speak, but something came out of his throat. It wasn't meowing, it wasn't growling, it was a word, one word, clear as a broadcast. Open. His eyes weren't glowing. They weren't reflecting light. They were lit from inside, like little static-filled screens. He didn't move again, just stared back at the wall, like the message was delivered, like I was supposed to know what to do next. And that was the worst part. A piece of me did. I pressed my ear to the wall. I don't know why. I don't know what I expected. But the moment I did, I heard it. Whispers, not voices, not even sounds really. Just presence, like thoughts that didn't belong to me crawling beneath the drywall. Then came the tapping, software delicate, like fingertips. I asked Milo what was happening, and without turning his head, he whispered back, "It's waiting for you to listen." That wasn't his voice. I don't mean it didn't sound like a cat, I mean it sounded like me. I stepped away, but the whispers got louder. Not from the wall, from inside me, repeating one phrase over and over again. "You already opened it." I hadn't. Had I? The wall was still intact, still smooth, but Milo was gone. I tore the wall open. I didn't even grab a tool, I just dug, fingernails breaking, splinters cutting skin. But I kept going. Something was calling me, not with words, just pulling. Behind the drywall there was no insulation, no pipes, no wiring, just a narrow space and Milo. But not the way he was before. He was suspended, eyes wide open, unblinking, mouth slightly agape like he'd been mid-scream, and never stopped. His fur, wrong, not burnt, not rotting, folded, as if space around him had folded too. Then he turned his head without moving a muscle. I couldn't look away. My body felt locked in place. And he said one thing. "Now you see it." I screamed, but no sound came out. The wall resealed itself behind me. No cracks, no entry, just smooth plaster and silence. Now every night at 3:43 a.m., I hear it again. Milo scratching at the inside of the wall. And sometimes I scratch back. After that night, things stopped making sense. Time didn't feel real anymore. Sometimes I'd blink and hours would pass. Other times I'd watch the clock freeze at 3:43 a.m. for what felt like days, but the worst part? Milo left something behind. A shape. A copy. I found it sitting where his food bowl used to be. It had his eyes, his tail. It moved like him, but it didn't blink, not once. And every time I turned away, it was closer. I tried putting it outside, locking the doors, calling animal control, but they couldn't see it. They acted like I was just pointing at air. Sometimes I think it only shows itself to me, like it's waiting. Last night it crawled onto my chest while I slept. It whispered in Milo's voice, "It's your turn." I haven't slept since, and now I think there's something scratching from the inside.